right, welcome back, guys. In this video, we're going to focus on vertical angles. Vertical angles start with the letter V, okay? So it's like you put in two V's together. All right, so let me show you what I mean by that. You have the letter V here. See the letter V in red right there? And then you have a second letter V facing the opposite direction right there. So it's just like putting them together, two letter V's together, okay? These angles are opposite from each other and they are equal. So if this angle right here was 80, the one directly across from it, which is vertical to it, is also 80 degrees. Okay. And that just happens if it is directly across from it, it is equal. So if this one over here was 100, what do you think the one across from it would be right here? 100. Okay, so you can pause my screen at this time and go ahead and write these notes down just so you'll have an example of what vertical angles are and just a way to remember it. Okay, we have our letter V for vertical, and it's like putting two V's together. And then angles that are opposite from each other are equal in vertical angles. Okay, press play once you are done writing these notes down, and we'll get started with some practice. Okay, so in this one here, we're going to actually solve for x. So the one thing to remember is that I see two v's here, so I know that this is a vertical angle. Okay, these are vertical angles. They are directly across from each other, which means they are equal. Okay, so this side is equal to whatever this side is. So we have to actually set it up like that. So we're going to have 6x minus 19. And we're going to make that equal to 3x plus 32. All right. So if you can recall, we've seen equations like this when we did equations with variables on both sides. Okay. So we're going to solve it the same exact way. Same exact way. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my river and let's follow our steps. Remember our steps, DCI, we have to have distributive property. We have to do that. Then we combine like terms and then we do our inverse. Okay. Now I don't see any parentheses for distributive. Okay. I don't see nothing that looks alike on the same side either. However, I know that I'm only supposed to have one variable, like one side with a variable, but I have it on both sides. Okay. And the way that I do this is I just remove the smallest one. So what's smaller, 6x or 3x? 3x is. So the opposite of positive 3x is minus 3x. And if I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. Now you could have moved the 6x if you wanted to do that. You would have got the same answer that we're going to end up getting. I just think it's easier to move the smallest variable. Okay, now we cross that out. So let's start from the beginning now. 6x minus 3x. 3x. And if you have no idea what I'm doing, go back and watch the video under equations, and it is called multi-step equations with variables on both sides. Okay, you can go back and watch that and practice solving these. I'm going to bring this down because I didn't use it yet. This minus 19. I'm going to bring my equal sign down, and then I'm going to bring what I have left over here, right here down. It's plus 32. So that's just positive 32. Okay, so now this should look familiar. This is a regular two-step equation. That's all this is. So let's follow our steps. We have to cover our variable or put a box around it. What's left over? A minus 19. What is the opposite of minus 19? Plus 19. And whenever we do the one side, remember we have to do it to the other. Some of you guys are moving ahead, and that is great. If you remember how to solve this, go ahead and do so. And then when you're done, just wait till I catch up, or you can fast forward and see if you got the answer right. Okay, start from the beginning. I'm going to bring everything down that's left over. I have my 3x here, and then 32 plus 19. I'm going to get my calculator. Okay. Always put your numbers and stuff in the calculator so you can make sure that you're right. That is 51. And here goes my favorite step. I'm trying to get my x by itself, but a 3 is right beside it. Side by side, just divide by that number on the side, which is 3. Divide both sides by 3, because whatever I do to one side, I have to do it to the other. Okay, so now this goes away. My x is all by itself. And let's put 51 over 3 in your calculators and let's see what we get. I get 17. So my x is 17. That is my final answer. Okay, and let's actually check our work. I'm going to open up my Desmos again. I'm going to type in the equation I started with up here, the 6x minus 19. Remember, when we see the equal sign, we have to hit enter. And now I'm going to type the other side in, 3x plus 32. And it says both sides are supposed to be equal. That's what it says when you read it. 6x minus 19 is equal to 3x plus 32. So here we have x equals, and our answer was 17. Both of our sides equal, so we know that our answer is right. And that's how you can make sure that you're right every time. You should not get any wrong answers because you can check it in your calculator to see if you're right or wrong. Okay. All right, go ahead and pause my screen, you guys. Write this down and see if you're able to solve it on your own. Then press play once you're done and see if you set it up right at least, or if you went to the extent to solve it, see if you got your answer correct. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start writing it out. I know that these are vertical angles because look, they're directly across from each other, directly across. So I know if they're directly across from each other, they are equal. Okay, these are equal. So I'm going to set them up to be equal. We have 20x plus 11 equals 25x minus 14. Great job if you had that set up correctly on your own. All right. My first step is to always draw my river. So let's go ahead and do that. Draw my river to separate both sides. Okay. And now let's start solving. I don't see any distributive property here. I can't combine anything from this side. Let's look over here. There's no distributive property, no parentheses, and nothing that looks alike. However, once again, I have a variable on this side over here, and I have a variable on this side over here. I only need variables on one side, so I have to take one and move it to the other side. Okay, I like to always take the smallest one. So what's smaller, 25x or 20x? Mine is 20x over here. So the opposite of positive 20x is negative 20x. So whatever I do on one side, remember we're going to do it to the other. Okay. All right, let's cross this out now and just start from the beginning. Everything I have left over, I'm just going to bring it down, equals. And this says 25 minus 20. Let's get our calculators out. 25 minus 20 is 5. And I have to bring my x down with that. And then I also have this minus 14 that I haven't looked at yet. So I'm going to bring that down. Minus 14. Okay. So now we're back down to our regular two-step equation. Okay. Remember, we're trying to get this variable here by itself. So I have to get rid of whatever is on the side of it first, which is a minus 14. What's the opposite of minus 14? Plus 14. And whatever I do to one side, remember, we have to do it to the other. Okay. And I cannot forget my plus sign. It tells me what to do. Okay. So now that goes away. Let's go to our calculators and type 11 plus 14. 25 equals, and I just bring everything down that I did not use yet. I didn't use my 5x yet. Uh-oh, here goes my favorite part again. Okay, we're gonna try to get this x by itself, but something's beside it. Side by side, just divide by the number on that side, which is 5. Okay. Everyone should be able to do the math in their head from here, but some of us can't, and it's okay. we have our calculators. Okay, 25 over 5 is 5. So my final answer is 5. Now go ahead and put it in your Desmos or whatever calculator you're using and see if it gives you an equal answer for both sides. Let's see. We have 20x plus 11. I see the equal sign, so I'm going to hit enter. Then I'm going to type my other side, minus 14, enter. X equals 5. Yep, 111 and 111, they both match. So I know that my answer is correct. Okay, for these next couple of questions we're going to go through, we're just going to practice putting them in Desmos if it is multiple choice. All right, it's super easy on all, most of your test questions will be multiple choice when it comes to this. So you just have to remember the definition of vertical angles and that they are equal. Okay, so I know that I have to set these up and make them equal to each other. And on your paper, before you even start typing them in your calculator, you can actually write down what the equation would look like. And that way you will know how to put it in your Desmos. So I'm going to write the first side, write my equal sign, because I know that they're across from each other, which means they are equal. They are vertical angles. Okay. So let me just finish writing this out. And then I'm going to open my calculator here. And let's type it the way we're supposed to. So we type 6x minus 5. Whenever we see an equal sign, remember we hit enter. And now let's type the other side, 3x plus 25. Then I hit enter again. What variable or letter do I have up here? We have x. So I'm going to type x equals, and I'm going to try every single answer choice that's given to me until both of these triangles right here match. Okay, because remember, both sides are equal. When you read this, it says 6x minus 5 is equal to 3x plus 25. Okay, so let's try x equals 3. Does 13 and 34 appear match? Nope. Let's try 14. Does 79 and 67 match? Nope. Let's try 10. 55 and 55 does match. So C is my answer. Okay. On this next one here, go ahead and try this on your own. Pause my screens and press play when you're done and see if you got it correct. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start on my end. I'm going to just start by looking at the vertical angles because they're across from each other. So I know they're equal. So I'm going to write out my equation right quick. I have 10 plus 2a. And I know it is equal to 8a minus 2a plus 10. All right, now let me put this in my calculator. Okay, it should be doing the same. I'm going to do 10 plus 2a. I see the equal sign, so I'm going to hit enter. And then I have 8a minus 2a plus 10. And enter again because I'm done. And I'm going to ask myself, what variable do I have? We have the letter A. So we're going to type A equals, and actually we should change this here to A. There we go. All right, so we have A equals, let's try -1. Does 8 and 4 match? Nope. Let's try 0. Does 10 and 10 match? Yep. So I know that my answer over here is going to be B, 0. Okay. Let's try one more and then we will be done. All right, let's try one more and then we will be done. Go ahead and pause my screen and try to do it on your own again. Okay, this time I'm going to do it without writing the equation down, but you can write that down, keep writing it down for practice. So you know that when you see them across from each other that they are equal. You should be writing it out. I'm just going to add an equal sign here in my picture. Okay, and read it as such. 4 plus 2 parentheses, p minus 8 close parenthesis is equal to 44. So let's see, let's get our calculators out. My first side, I'm going to type it in, 4 plus 2 parentheses, p minus 8 close parenthesis. I see the equal sign, so I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to equal 44. Enter. Okay, so what letter do we have? We have P. So we're going to do P equals. And if I read this one more time, it says 4 plus 2, parenthesis, P minus A, parenthesis, is equal to 44. So the answer we're looking for to come up in our calculators is 44. We want it to be equal to that. Okay, so let's try P equals 28. Oh, it's my first one. You see up here, it equals 44. Okay, if I read this here at the top with the answer, it's going to sound just like me reading it over here. Okay, so my answer was A, 28. Thank you guys for joining me in this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe. See you in our next video.